Welcome to our live Q&A, how to get started with your Hiretual plan. Today, we're going to be covering a lot of brand new information here about Hiretual. We're going to be going each of our new pricing plans, going over their use cases, their features, and then most importantly, we're going to be answering your questions about any of the plans or just any Hiretual questions you have at all. My name is Winona, and I'll be your host for today. We also have two of our Hiretual team members here who will be giving you the rundown on the pricing plans. We have our community specialist, Kiki, and we have our customer success manager, Riyadh.
Hello, everyone.
All right, awesome. Okay, just some little Hiretual updates here before we begin. New on Coffee with Hiretual. If you don't know what Coffee with Hiretual is, it's our YouTube series that comes out every Wednesday. Our latest episode, episode 5, features our very own Madeline Easterbrook, who is an account manager here at Hiretual. She talks a little bit about her journey from being a recruiter for the past 5 years until her journey here in Hiretual. She also gives a little rundown about the new features and how she's really feeling about being on the other side of the recruiting aspect. So check that out. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description. Link in the chat, not description, sorry.
Okay, so this is our Hiretual Basic. Pretty much it's our free Google Chrome extension, and it just allows everyone to test out the product and get a better feel of what Hiretual can offer. It does have 2 features. It is the contact credits and the Boolean credits. And overall, it basically allows you to uncover personal and work contact information from candidates' profiles on LinkedIn, GitHub, Stack Overflow, Kaggle, Google Scholar, and Twitter. So overall, you'll be able to access all that information in the same area. And if you're wondering what contact credits are, they're basically used to uncover contact information in a candidate's profile. 1 credit equals access to emails, phone numbers, and social links on the profile. And then in regards to Boolean credits, it's used to generate Boolean strings. Hiretual Boolean Builder, either quick mode, smart mode, or JD mode. 1 Boolean credit is used for 1 Boolean string. And also you could download the Chrome extension. It will be dropped down below as well. All right, so what would you use Hiretual Basic for? Overall, it's a quick way to put on 90% contact finder rate to use and give your social links, phone numbers, and multiple emails in seconds. Overall, it allows you to source, the sourcing never stops. Use the extension to get an overview of the candidate's profile at any point on the go. And we just want to emphasize, this allows you to see all that information in one area instead of having multiple tabs. I think, I used to be a recruiter and I hated having so much information and having so many tabs open. So this just kind of allows you to have full access of all that information in one spot.
Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring everyone through a really quick run through of how to use the tool. So I think we have a question here in the chat as well from Leanne. Will you show an example of exactly how to use the tool? So I'm going to share my screen and just do a little quick demo of how Hiretual Basic looks like. All right. Okay, so awesome. If you have a Hiretual Basic account, which is your free account, this is your dashboard. And I'm just going to briefly show you how the Chrome extension works. So when you're here, you'll be able to see your available credits. I've basically used my contact credits already. So you usually have a 3 here and 2 Boolean credits for the day. And as mentioned, the Chrome extension works on LinkedIn, GitHub, Twitter, Stack Overflow, Kaggle, Facebook, and Google Scholar. So I'm just going to have this profile up here. And when you're on a Twitter profile, for example, like this, you're going to have your little Hiretual Chrome extension button up there. Click into it, and this is exactly what it's going to look like. You're going to have your daily contact credits at the top, so 3, and then you're going to be able to see a full candidate profile. And usually you would take 1 contact credit to uncover these emails and phone numbers. Besides that, we also have the Boolean builder in 3 modes. So you have JD mode, which basically has, you can put in a job description. So I have in here software engineer job description that you can parse and it can create a string for you. You also have smart mode, which you can use to really insert all your parameters in here and generate that Boolean string. And you also have quick mode, which you can use, by putting in a job title and generating that Boolean string as well. And so, like I mentioned, this is the free tool. You'll be able to use it for 3 contact credits, 2 Boolean credits a day. So that means uncovering the contact information for 3 profiles and building 2 Boolean strings each day. And then Hiretual will automatically refresh those contact credits the following day. And then we're going to proceed to showing you Hiretual Premium, Hiretual Essential. And then after each slide, I'll also be giving a run through of that as well.
All right. So here is our Hiretual Premium. Overall, it has all the same features mentioned before in the basic, but you do have a couple additional features. So let me just kind of go over everything. It has the contact finder, the Boolean builder in 3 modes, like we mentioned earlier, quick mode, smart mode, and JD mode. But also you could have Hiretual projects and profiles, and you could also export your candidates. In regards to what you get access to, you'll get 200 monthly contact credits, you'll get 300 monthly Boolean credits, 200 monthly profile exports, and 20 active Hiretual projects. And it is $99 per month, but if you get it set up for annually, it would only be $79. So why should you use Hiretual Premium? Like we mentioned, it has all those features of the Chrome extension, which allows all of our users to have access to that information. But ultimately, this allows you to export candidates. So this will give you the opportunity to download their whole profile, and you could have it saved onto your own PDF, like on your own information, so you'd be able to overlook all that information, have all the candidates all in the same place, and that just kind of gives you more access to all that information. And then overall, it just allows you to qualify candidates faster with comprehensive Hiretual profiles that include repositories and performance ranking on GitHub, Stack Overflow, Kaggle. Also allows you experience, education, and more from the LinkedIn, social links such as Facebook, Twitter, Google, and Scholar profiles, and AI-generated insights.
All right, so a couple questions here in the chat that we'll try to get to. So from Leanne, how do you get to the dashboard? All right, so let me show you this real quickly. So once you've made your Hiretual Basic account, I'm actually logged into Premium right now, but you'll be able to access your dashboard by logging in here at the top of the Hiretual website. So you'll be able to log into your account there, and that's how you'll get to the dashboard, which will look like this according to what plan you're on. This is going to be the Premium plan. And then we have another question here about what export credits means. So that means exporting it into a PDF or a CSV file, or an Excel file as well. So just showing everyone what Hiretual Premium looks like. So as Kiki had mentioned, in Hiretual Premium, you also have access to projects over here. You also have access to comprehensive Hiretual profiles, and you're able to export those profiles as well. So the workflow for how this goes is that you do source with your Chrome extension, but the Chrome extension for Hiretual Premium does have an added feature. So over here, you'll be able to see more contact credits, and you're able to sync candidates directly from the Chrome extension to Hiretual, which you aren't able to do with Hiretual Basic. So over here, we have this profile. I'm able to sync it to Hiretual. I'm also able to view projects. For example, this candidate is already in a current software engineer project, which I have in here. You're able to sync that directly. You're able to add notes about this candidate that you're able to see. And then I also have a previous tag here that you can view as well. And so once these candidates have been added into Hiretual, we'll open them up into a project like this, and you'll be able to get access to this full comprehensive Hiretual profile, which includes the AI-generated insights for availability, market values, as well as their GitHub performance rankings or any other available rankings they might have from other tech platforms. And then let me see, you can also put in that good fit, not a fit aspect as well. And once you've selected a particular candidate, you can add a tag, add a note, and then, as Kiki mentioned, export that candidate or a list of candidates into a CSV or Excel file. And the Chrome extension for the Hiretual Premium plan also includes Boolean builders and contact finders. So you do have those added benefits of just syncing to Hiretual, notes, tags, and really being able to streamline everything between your Chrome extension and the projects that you have in your Hiretual Premium plan.
Right on. Okay, thank you, Winona. Thank you, Kiki. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna shift gears a little bit and go into Hiretual Essential. So Hiretual Essential, what we've done is we've really created a platform for small businesses, mid-sized businesses to really get the best out of our AI sourcing engine and the great filters that we have that you can leverage to really find the talent that you're looking for. Hiretual Essential, we offer at $199 a month if you're billed monthly. However, if you do set up an annual subscription, that will go down to $169. Much like we saw in Hiretual Premium, the 200 contact credits, the export credits, that's all going to carry over. The main additions here that we're really getting out of Hiretual Essential is the ability to use AI sourcing, the ability to send out emails to the candidates that we're sourcing. Within emailing, we can set up templates ahead of time so that we have quick access to them as we source. We have the ability to track our messaging and gather insights as we're developing the messaging. And we've taken it a step by adding a reports page for you within Hiretual Essential. So why should you decide to use Hiretual Essential? Well, our AI sourcing tool is so powerful that we're able to source over 750 million profiles from over 45 different platforms. And this could even include things like personal websites for the candidates that you are sourcing. Hiretual Essential is a very easy and simple way of bringing that workflow of yours into its most effective state. You can integrate with your Gmail or your Outlook. We offer, on average, a 90% contact finding rate across the open web. All those profiles that we're pulling in, we've got a 90% average of contact information. And what does this result in? A centralized location for higher volume sourcing and engagement. And with the addition of our reporting page, we're able to keep ourselves accountable, and you can keep our team accountable by tracking your pipeline and your engagement performance to make sure that you're hitting your metrics and to make sure you are finding the talent you need. What we're going to do right now is we're just have a brief demo again by Winona of Hiretual Essential. We're going to take a quick look at how it works, and then we're going to shift gears again into Hiretual Enterprise.
Thank you, Riyadh. Yes, let me share my screen now. Like I mentioned, I'll be giving a really quick run through of how Hiretual Essential works. And so when you log into your Hiretual Essential account, your dashboard is going to look a little different. So I have a fresh Hiretual Essential account here. So the main features that really differentiates Hiretual Essential from Hiretual Premium is that you have AI sourcing, you have email integrations, you're able to really access those engagement features, and you also have the reports page. So the way AI sourcing works on Hiretual Essential is pretty similar to how it works on Hiretual Enterprise as well. You really have these comprehensive AI filters, and you source across these 45 plus different platforms, and you're able to really just put in filters for companies, experiences, education. And I'm not going to run through a complete demo of this as well, because I'm sure you've seen us do this a lot of times. But if you ever need, and if you have any questions towards the end of the webinar, we'll be able to kind of do a deep dive of whatever's in any of these plans as well. So you have sourcing candidates. You also have email integrations, which you can easily access here. So if you're new, if you have a fresh Hiretual Essential account, your dashboard will look like that, and you're able to integrate with your Gmail and your Outlook. And you also have your reports page, which will show you your usage summary, project performance, pipeline performance, open projects, engagement, usage details, and all of that as well. And for the engagement feature, you're able to send single emails. And I think we have a question here as well about sequence emails. Well, sequence emails are available in the Hiretual Enterprise plan. And so let's say if you have a particular candidate, you can directly send those single emails from Hiretual Essential, insert your email signature. You'll be able to view those email analytics as well. That will really help you build and maximize your engagement. And you will also be able to add, like I mentioned, signature and your email templates that you add in. So I would show you all that, but this account was just refreshed. So I am missing a couple candidates in here, but I think if you have any questions seeing more about that, Riyadh will be able to show everyone those features in Hiretual Enterprise.
And so now we're going to take a look at our highest tier, our most advanced offering here, which is Hiretual Enterprise. And Hiretual Enterprise is really for our customers that require a lot of team collaboration, a lot of functionality between different teams. They've got high demands. Our Hiretual Enterprise serves as the central talent data system for large enterprises and highly collaborative teams. In addition to what we just saw very briefly in Hiretual Essential, we took a look at that sourcing screen. Within that sourcing screen, when you're looking at a Hiretual Enterprise page, we make things like diversity, like security clearances, the ability to integrate with many, many partners of ATSs or CRMs. We've taken a step further with email engagement, and we've added sequencing so that you can follow up with those candidates that may be unresponsive on your first outreach. And for big enterprises, we offer the ability for single sign-on so that way it's integrated within your ecosystem. So why should we use Hiretual Enterprise? As I was mentioning, we do integrate with plenty of ATSs or CRMs. Just off the top right here, we've got folks like Greenhouse, Bullhorn. We work with Avature, with Lever, Workday. These are some big names that enterprises work with when thinking about our ATS and our CRMs. And Hiretual Enterprise allows us to have two-way with some of these partners, which will allow us to both push the candidates that you're sourcing over to your ATS or your, and when we're actually running this, we have the ability to pull the candidates that are already existing in your ATS CRM. Should I cross Winona's profile in my ATS, Hiretual will actually go ahead and update that profile upon delivering it to me in my search. We now have stronger diversity hiring support. D&I is a huge, huge aspect of recruiting world. And at Hiretual, we make sure we cater to every underrepresented group that we can. We want to make sure that your hiring meets your specific goals through form. And most importantly is Hiretual Enterprise offers easy collaboration for big teams. I have the ability to view what my team members have been doing. What profiles have they been looking? Have they been adding tags or notes that I need to pay attention to? I can take a look at their engagement. And all of this creates a more collaborative environment that allows enterprises to reach their hiring goals. So today we're actually not going to take a demo look at Hiretual Enterprise. There's a lot of features in Hiretual Enterprise and it would take up a lot of time. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some Hiretual updates that have come live and some that are on the horizon. So started is our diversity sourcing. So we've added plenty of great AI filters to help us narrow down on underrepresented groups. And to take it a step further, we now offer and or Boolean logic to help you target the group, the talent that you're searching for, or you can expand the search the way you like. As I was mentioning, another thing that we've taken a step towards is working with your ATS, with your CRM, with the talent that exists within your workflow already. So now with our Talent Fusion, with our two-way integration, we have the ability to search candidates within our ATS. So for example, I can search for candidates within my ATS jobs, within stages within those jobs. I can take a look at the folks that have been most recently contacted. And to make it all better, we're bringing in the ability to search Boolean strings within your ATS to help you find the talent that already exists within your system. Now, things that we've been working on and have released relatively lately is our security clearance inference. So security clearance has always been something that gave Hiretual Enterprise the edge over something like Hiretual Essential. We offer security clearance, work with the DoD, contractors with the federal government. And we're able to actually identify the keywords within a candidate profile that indicate a security clearance tag on Hiretual. When we're looking at this, we consider things like the companies that they've worked at, the locations that these candidates are in, what their previous roles have been, and all of this helps us determine a candidate's clearance status. And then on the horizon, again, another great push towards diversity within Hiretual is diversity analytics. Now, within our platform, we have reporting, as I've mentioned, for Hiretual Essential and Hiretual Enterprise. With Enterprise, though, we are adding the ability to have diversity analytics. So you will get a breakdown of your source candidates, how many of them fall within the diversity filters, of the ones contacted, again, how many fall within that. And we've offered up metrics now to give you a breakdown on diversity hiring, as we've seen that this has become a focus point for a lot of the large enterprises that we work with already. So this is, Hiretual Enterprise. Please, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. We are happy to help out. But for now, I'm going to hand it off back to Winona. Thank you, everyone.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Riyadh. And so, in the case that no one could really understand anything that we had covered, or if you want more clarifications, now's the perfect time for us, for you to ask your questions, and we'll try to get to them as best as we can. And so, Riyadh, we do have a couple questions that you would definitely be the best person to answer. So I'll get started to reading them. I think we have a couple questions here in the chat that Lenny has already answered. So I'm going to take a look at the questions in the Q&A. And if anyone has any other questions to add in there, please send them into the Q&A section as well. So I think we have a couple questions here. First is from Laura. Hiretual Essential is like an ATS. Not really. Hiretual Essential is basically kind of a simplified version of that central talent data system. And Riyadh will tell us a little bit more about that. I think.
Absolutely. So Hiretual Essential works in a different manner to your ATS. In your ATS, you'll have full profiles, much like we do have them in Hiretual as well. However, in Hiretual, our focus is on sourcing these candidates and then reaching out to these candidates. Whereas in your ATS, you may be tracking them as a prospect or as an applicant, or they may be somewhere along the pipeline in your hiring workflow in your ATS. So again, the focus from Hiretual Essential is really to source and engage with these candidates before then, if you'd like to deliver them to your ATS. So I hope a lot of that offers some insight.
Yes, that was super helpful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Riyadh. A couple of questions here from Gavin Spears. He says, I'm currently trialing another sourcing tool that I need to connect to my LinkedIn recruiter license. And my perception is I can find more profiles compared to Hiretual. Is this because Hiretual doesn't need to connect to my LinkedIn license?
Right on. So Hiretual does not connect with your LinkedIn license or LinkedIn recruiter license, if you will. Now, Hiretual does also source from LinkedIn, and it does pull profiles from LinkedIn. To give you a general understanding of how our AI sourcing tool works is we're able to pull any knowledge that's publicly available. So for example, LinkedIn Recruiter might offer you certain insight that Hiretual cannot pull because that is private information. But so long as Winona's profile exists publicly, Hiretual is able to pull that profile and all the insight along with that profile, plus anything else that we find online, whether that's a personal site of hers or a social of hers, and we can aggregate that into the individual profile that we see within Hiretual. And then Gavin, I do see that you have a follow-up question. Does the platform offer email sequences or just one initial email? So with Hiretual Essential, we offer one email to the candidate. Now with Hiretual Enterprise, this is where we bring in email sequencing, and we're able to actually send up to 10 follow-ups as needed through the platform to candidates. Hiretual has been built with fail-safes. So if a candidate does respond to you whilst in an email sequence, Hiretual will stop that email sequence to the candidate so that they continuously receive your messaging.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Riyadh. A couple questions here from Grace as well. I think she has two questions. Let's go with her most recent one. How does Hiretual Essential compare with LinkedIn Recruiter?
Hiretual Essential in comparison to LinkedIn Recruiter. In full transparency, I'm not as familiar with LinkedIn Recruiter as I am with Hiretual Essential. So, however, in Hiretual Essential, right, we have those great AI filters that we're able to leverage, as opposed to in LinkedIn, when you use maybe keywords or Boolean logic to find the talent that you're looking for. Our AI filters really help us zero in on the talent that we're looking for.
All right.
I'm also seeing here, sorry, go ahead. I was gonna tackle Grace's second question. We're gonna read it out. So Grace's second question is, how do we know that the emails are current? I have Essential and sent out 30 emails and I've gotten not one response. I've even used Hiretual template and tweaked it a bit. So we have a lot of ways of verifying if emails are accurate or not. We'll actually ping the server to make sure that the email is still live. And in some cases, you might notice that a profile might display 1 or 2 or 3 emails, and usually the bolded out one, which is always the first listed email, is the one that we've been able to verify. Okay, cool.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Riyadh. And so I see a couple questions here about Enterprise as well. And so for Enterprise, the best way to get more information on that will be speaking to our sales teams directly. So if you do want our sales team to reach out to you with more detailed information about our Hiretual Enterprise plans, more information about those ATS transfers, profile refresh, and so on, please drop your email in the chat and we'll definitely reach out to you as soon as we can. And really answer all the questions that you have in detail, really customized to your workflow and your needs. Okay, another question here. How is Hiretual different from Zoom Info?
Sorry, I was answering a question in the webinar chat. So how is Hiretual different than Zoom Info? So again, Zoom Info is not something that I am very familiar with, but through Hiretual, not only are we providing you contact information, right? We're providing you with a full talent profile. We're providing you with more than an email or a phone number. We're pulling in that link for the candidate's LinkedIn. We're pulling in that link for a candidate's GitHub, a candidate's social. So we're taking it one step beyond just having an email and a phone number for a candidate to reach out to.
All right, perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. And we have another final question here from Dawn. Hi, Dawn. When in the workflow does Hiretual test the emails? Before it returns them for viewing or before the email is sent from Hiretual?
So in the workflow, right, Hiretual will actually verify that the email is accurate before presenting it in the talent profile. Now, if you're building out a message and you want to view, for example, what the message might look like on the recipient's end, or you want to send a test email to make sure that your format's all correct, you do have those options at the bottom of our messaging window. Hiretual provides lots of options to make sure that A, our candidates are going to receive the message the way we intend it to be, and B, just to send ourselves a test to make sure format on point. So there's a lot of customization there, and there's a lot of fail safes and trial and error for you to go through and just ensure that your message is going to be pinpoint accurate to what you want when your candidate sees it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Riyadh. I think that was our final question here. So just some couple of announcements. We did launch a poll. So if you are interested to learn more about these plans in further detail, if you have any specific questions regarding how a specific plan is related to your workflow, or how we can really maximize those according to a particular process that you might have, please answer the poll. Let us know that you want to hear from our team directly, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. Also, thank you to those who dropped their email in the chat. Again, if you do want to learn more about Hiretual Enterprise and the specifics and the details of that, please drop your email in the chat so that our sales team can reach out to you. And I'm going to hand this off to Kiki now, who will just talk a little bit more about those 7-day trials for each of the plans, as well as getting your Hiretual Basic for free.
All right. So like she mentioned earlier, and also throughout the whole presentation, we do offer 7-day free trials for basic. Well, basic is free, but for premium and essential, we offer 7-day trials. So if you want to test the waters or like try to test out the product before committing, these I definitely would look into doing the 7-day trials. Also, like really utilizing the basic, whether you're an active recruiter or even someone who's actively on the market trying to find their new opportunity. The basic feature and also the 7-day trials could help you utilize and be able to actually capture candidates, even find new opportunities, and just so much more. So they're free, so why not test them out? Like, everyone loves free. And also, if you're interested in anything in the community or being more in the loop of Hiretual and our new products and anything new about Hiretual, definitely reach out to me. We also have a LinkedIn called Hiretual Connect. So, and we would love everyone to join as well. But yeah, like I said earlier, anything you have questions about our product or even the community, feel free to reach out to me. I listed my email down below. And yeah, like, thank you guys so much for joining us today. And
all right, awesome. And so I'm going to drop a link to the pricing plan in the chat. And this is where you can sign up for your free Hiretual Basic or sign up for any of these 7-day free trials. And so clicking to that link, you'll also be brought to our pricing page where you see a complete list, a rundown of some of the frequently asked questions that people have about the plans, the main features that are in these plans. And then, if you have any further questions, like Kiki mentioned, please reach out to her and she will address them and get to them as soon as she can.